Welcome to Hearth and Hedgerow, my new channel, and I thought tonight we'll have a cup of tea together, a brew, go in the cabin and discuss exactly what the channel's going to be about. So let's get into it. I wanted to invite you into my space and my cabin today just to let you know a little bit more about the channel and what I hope to cover over the next few weeks and months even. I want this to be a safe space and to build a community for like-minded people. So if you're into slow living, cottagecore, vintage, thrifting and crafting and a little bit of witchy stuff, then this is definitely the place for you. So you're all very welcome here. I've chosen an acorn mug today because I thought it was fairly apt, because it's a new channel and out of little acorns big oaks grow. So I'm hoping that that's what we'll do, and I'm hoping that we'll become a really strong community of people, of friendship, of support, of solidarity and fellowship. So that's my hope for this little acorn. First of all, I thought I'd like to introduce myself and what I'm about. My name's Jane. I have 6 adult children. I have been married to my husband forever and ever. I have 2 dogs and a cat. And I have 3 absolutely wonderful grandsons who I absolutely idolise. That said, that's a bit about me. What are my interests? Well, obviously, my interests are folklore, vintage, thrifting, and everything that I've really said before. So what are we going to be doing over the next few weeks? Well, this is what I hope to do, although your suggestions are always welcome, and I will definitely try and incorporate anything that you'd like me to do. Well, I want to look at seasonal living, and I want to look at the wheel of the year and how that turns and how that might influence us in some way. And also in terms of the food that we eat and the folklore surrounding it and the vibe and just generally interesting things about the wheel of the year and the different seasons. You probably know that just a few weeks ago it was midsummer, and I had the pleasure to spend midsummer in Sweden, where it's actually a bank holiday and a very big deal, and that was really enjoyable. The only thing that was slightly strange is the fact that the sun didn't actually ever set. That's another story. So seasonal living and seasonal magic and seasonal vibes. So hopefully we'll cover that. What else do I want to talk about? Well, I'm hopefully going to go over some crafting and what you can do with crafting, whether you can embroider, whether it's painting, whether it's sculpting, whether it's knitting or crochet or whatever it is, how we can do it with a bit more intention and weave a bit of magic into it as well at the same time, because it's not just an embroidery, it's actually a lot more than that. And so that's what I want to talk about as well. Living life a bit more magically with the things that we do. What else? Well, obviously as we get near Halloween, or Samhain to some of us, which is actually a witch's new year, what I want to talk about is the celebration of that season and what that's about. And that might include making some little spell bottles for protection and for guidance and for renewal and so on. So we'll be talking about a little bit about spell work. Also, how to direct energy, where energy comes from, how we can send it to different places, what actually energy is, and how we can direct it. So we can all make our own wands, and I'll go through that too. What else? Well, obviously, we want to look at some divination, oracle decks, and which ones are really good and which ones that I really like and that you might like too. And obviously tarot. We can't talk about this without talking about tarot. So I want to talk about tarot as well. And I think beyond that, I would like to look at spirituality. I would like to look at and explore maybe that other realm, that other world beyond the veil, which we've all touched with and we all know about and we've all felt, and maybe share some experiences even, and also how we can access that world and how we can access beyond the veil and how we can access that vibe. And I want to do some recipes. I want to look at seasonal living from a food point of view. So I want to do some recipes too with you, and hopefully we'll share some ideas on that. I want to go out in my garden, because everything that I use in my practice is literally outside of my window here in my garden. I don't buy anything in for my practice. I don't get anything fancy from a shop. I use the herbs that I've grown, and I use them for different purposes. So I might even talk about rosemary in terms of making some hair oil, because it's really good for your hair growth, and for lustrous locks. So it's things like that. So that's what my hopes are for the channel, and that's what we'll be covering in the next few weeks. So if that sounds like the place you want to be, then tune in. And as ever with these things, please like and subscribe, because growing the channel is what this is all about, and building our little community of, well, I don't know, what can we call ourselves? Little hedge witches, hedge fire? I don't know. But maybe give some suggestions, okay? Thank you. And we'll see you again next week.